does somebody get their career started? Well, for most people, they kind of like, maybe go to school, they pass degrees, they then have to take boards or some type of additional education, and they start their career. Not our guest, not Zach. Zach, in fact, got his career because on one drunken evening, a bunch of friends of his threw him up on stage and said, "Make me laugh." No, that wasn't really the way it went.
I mean,
Zach, it was close.
A drunken evening. That is funny.
Zach Risen, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'll tell you what, you are obviously a young man, and you literally got your career as a comedian because you were, funny in the frat house, and these guys turned around and said, "Let's throw him up on stage"?
Well, kind of. I was actually, I was doing a lot of magic tricks in the frat house. I was kind of at different parties. I'd go around and do magic tricks to, just basically be like, "Hi, I'm Zach." And what happened was we had an event, and it was there was some time that needed to be killed, and they were like, "Zach, just go on stage, do some magic tricks." And magic's cool when it's like this, but when you're on stage and no one can see what card the guy picked, no one cares.
Right.
So it's like I'm not doing that.
Don't tell David Copperfield that he's need a career doing this.
Right. So I was like, I'm not doing that, and they go, "Well, just kill some time." And I was still pledging, so I wanted to be like the cool person. So I really just went on stage and talked about how I can't get chicks and why I can't get chicks and why I was upset, and people just kept laughing, and then the rest is history.
Wow. So it began, right?
Yeah.
Talk about being thrown into your career.
Right.
Now, did you ever anticipate or think to yourself, okay, this is what I want to do? I want to be a comedian?
I mean, not really. I always liked comedy, and I was working at a comedy club. So I was watching it every night, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. But I never thought I could go up there and have what it takes. I thought you had some special skill, and so no, in no way did I think that I could do it. It was always something like, oh, what a cool job, and never like a practical job.
Okay.
So basically, comedy picked him.
Yeah.
There you go. You got picked.
I'm essentially a
That's how it works. Our careers pick us.
Well, yeah, that must be why I'm doing what I'm doing now, because I turned around and kept, taking my grandmother's Polaroid, kept going like this way.
Right.
And then
awesome.
came YouTube.
At your age, that's great.
Yeah, no, and it's so much fun. And and when I started too, I just wanted to have fun and like a hobby, and then people started paying me. I was like, what? Like, why are you paying me?
That's always good to continue.
That's a great story.
Now you're traveling around the country,
yeah,
correct? And so where do you predominantly, what clubs do you predominantly will play at? I know you're here in Las Vegas, but
yeah, I go around Las Vegas a lot, and then I do Denver and Colorado a lot, clubs out there, because that's where I'm from. Mm-hmm. And then I've gone to Utah and Washington. That's just up in Washington not so long ago. So
you're getting around.
Yeah.
So when are you gonna hit California?
Hopefully soon. My sister just moved out there, so I can kind of make it an excuse to go visit her.
I love the comedy club out there. Oh, it's great.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know George Lopez started there. A bunch of famous
so many
comedians
people started
there.
at the Laugh Factory out there.
Yeah, the Laugh Factory, right?
Dane Cook, Daniel Tosh, like all these guys just, not only do they start a Laugh Factory, they still hang out there. So it's just
They do.
So
They
cool.
actually do. They do hang out there. They jump up on stage. They don't want to get paid. It's just the love that they have for the comedy.
Yeah. So
I've seen that.
Fun.
I've seen that.
So for you, like, okay, of all the comedians and so on, like, give us some of the people you've met. 'Cause this has got to be kind of cool for you. I mean, one minute you're working at a comedy club, next minute you're at a frat house, you're trying to pledge, next minute you're up on stage, now you're doing this as a profession.
Now you're touring.
So this has got to be kind of fun for you. I mean, so who are some of your heroes that you've met so far on tour?
I did a show with Ron White, which was awesome, and I was booked at a club, and then Ron just stopped in. So I got to open for him and do a show with him, which was so cool. Brad Garrett, I've gone up with.
Oh, that's fun.
Bert Kreischer from the Travel Channel. I've actually toured with them. I've done like 7 shows with them now.
Awesome.
So it's real cool. I've met Chris Rock, Louis Black. I haven't done shows with them, but
Chris Rock, yeah.
Yeah,
he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I've met him before and hung out with him. So yeah, it's so weird and bizarre that I fell into that.
I have a question. Obviously, as an artist, as Valarie, it's easy to get so lost in the art and forget about the business side. So how do you actually balance that up?
Sure. I mean, I wouldn't say telling jokes is much of a business side, but
there's lots of joke tellers who are starving out there. So I mean, how?
Yeah, I think most of them are starving, to be honest.
Right.
And that's no joke.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, look how skinny he is.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm so little.
I forgot to tell you, these women are tough.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think the business side of it is just you got to keep writing, and that's what it's hard to force yourself, you know, to write and, you know, to sit there and think of a joke and, you know, spend the time writing, and then also going out and getting gigs because they're not going to come to you. You know, there's so many comics, so you got to be so proactive about it, and that's where the business side goes. And it's really easy just to go out, have fun, and not, you know, do it. And that's why I think a lot of people get lost in that.
Or get paid in drinks or food.
Yeah. Which happens too, you know.
Isn't that why you have a manager?
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, that's
They can do the heavy
that's his
work.
job.
You be you. You're fine.
Yeah. And, you know, sometimes you get paid.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to find out we're going to be performing this weekend. I got a couple more questions for you. We'll be back right after this. You guys are great.